Hey, I'm Heather, and I'm a UX research manager at Google. We really want to make sure that whatever research we have that we're doing actually can answer some questions that the engineers, the designers, the product managers have. For example, they want to know, is this product something that users are going to benefit from? Those are some of the questions we like to ask. When we do research, we can identify whether a product is something that people are going to use or going to want to use, are going to find useful, and also like to use, or whether maybe it's something that they won't end up using at all. When we acquire insights, we get a lot of good information and identify what are the important takeaways. When we identify what the goals are and what we want to learn, and then hopefully we've learned that through doing the research, we could just put a report together and, put it in a nice document, make it easy to read, have all the highlights at the top. We find that, ultimately people can read a document, but it does not come to life. And when we can actually tell the story of the research and what we were looking for and what we found, and even little vignettes of some of the things that we found by talking to people and learning about their lives and their experiences, we can bring that to life. And then we can share that with the product managers, the engineers, and designers, and it will have a lot more impact. Those insights become alive. So therefore, a presentation is so important. In giving a presentation, there are a lot of things to think about. What do you want people to walk away with? What information do you want them to know? For example, what are the 3 takeaways that you want them to understand about the product or whatever you're researching? I would ensure that those items are listed at the front. They're spoken about in the front, and they're also repeated at the end. Also, I would sprinkle in as much as possible stories, because if you hear any of the pros out there that talk about presentations, they always say tell stories, even if it's from your own life or from the research studies that you've done and the stories that you are coming up with based on what you saw, what you observed. Tell those stories. That will bring the information and the data to life. I think the third thing, maybe not as a hard science, but more of a soft science, I always recommend, bring your own personality. Don't try to be anything different or be stiff or, act a certain way. Just be yourself, because people resonate and relate best to when you're just being who you are. And when the more comfortable you are, the more that people are going to hear you and connect with you.